There we go. We in the building. Just say I got the Eagles throw on. It has went down. It's official. The Giants is done. All that they a team of destiny or whatever they was trying to put the little cloak on what they was about to do and how they was going to be this Giants of 09 or whatever they last won when they was wild card. They went to the Super Bowl. They were trying to relive the time of yesteryear. But it's not your time. It's our time now. And we took this game over from the very beginning by the throat. Thank you, Herb. Who next? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show. Who's next on the radar? We came in there, guns a blazing, baga from the jump. We did what do Allah Abdenabi always say? Sometimes you got to show a team, this ain't your night. This ain't your night. We went in there from the jump. We showed them from the rip. Jalen came in there. Listen, y'all think my arm suspect? Y'all think my arm hurt? Okay. How about this? Hey, Smith, go deep real fast. Boogle. Hey, call up the option play and watch me run it down your throat. Y'all think y'all gonna hurt this? He built bigger than that. He could squat 3 Waynes. That's 600 pounds. Oh, that's about 2 Waynes. He could squat 2 Waynes. And you think you gonna stop a horse like that? It don't work like that. We came in there, smacked him in the mouth. Move on to the next. There's a lot that happened in this game I want to talk about, but let me calm down. Let me let everybody else get their chance. Go ahead and speak. What's up, John? What's up, John? I know you're a Giants fan, but listen, I'm going to say this before we start. All Giants fans, y'all come into the chat, it wasn't personal. It was business. This was business being taken care of. It was nothing personal to this at all. It was all business. We understood the assignment, and we handled our business. Who's up? I can keep going if y'all want to be. I got more energy.
No, I'm not sleepy. I actually, I expected that we was gonna handle them. I really wasn't expecting it to be a problem. However, I do like the way that we did it. The defense has much maligned by a lot of people this season. They came in, they shut it down. They shut them down. That defensive line, man, we got so many weapons on that line. We deep. So you could run at them in waves where other teams might have like a good starting defensive line. We come in waves, and they kept going at them and going at them. And shout out to Sirianni for finally because remember during the season, this was irking me sometimes with the Eagles. We would get up on teams and then we start doing some goofy stuff and let them back in. But fortunately, this time the defense shut it down, and then Sirianni came to his senses and went back to the running game.
Run the ball.
You look at the runners, Gainwell, 112 yards on 12 carries. Sanders, 17 carries, 90 yards, averaging 9.3 and 5.3 yards a carry. Boston Scott, 6 carries for 32 yards. We ran the ball down their throat, and that's what we should have did, especially once we had the lead. The Eagles, it just looked like it should have looked like. Giants was no competition for us. So on to the next one. I'm ready for the next game.
Yeah, on to the next one. On to San Fran. I like the Eagles play calling too. Early on, they really mixed it up. Run pass, even the deep shot down the field to Devontae Smith early in the game showed that Hurts shoulder not hurt no more. Play calling was crazy. And listen, let's give the defensive coordinator some credit. Even though I never thought the Giants was really a good offensive team, Daniel Jones did have a better year, but I was never really sold on him. Saquon Barkley stayed hurt. I think he got hurt again after he trucked Gardner Johnson. He ran him over. He ran him over.
Yeah, that was a bit.
But he was out the game.
Ain't no dude like that. That was a great run.
Neither is Saquon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He a horse.
Yeah. So, but he was out the game after that. He didn't come back after that play. And he looked like he hurt himself. Like he was grabbing his arm or something. He's so injury prone, man. My goodness.
He really is.
I like Saquon, man. I really like him.
I do too, but he injury prone.
Yes.
Yeah.
He like who was the China dog we had? Was it Westbrook?
Yeah, Westbrook was like that.
Westbrook was like that early in his career, kind of like Miles. Early in the career, broken all the time, every game, whatever.
Hats off to Miles Sanders, man. This year, dude running for his future. I understand that, but you talking about as far as running between the tackles and not going down by arm tackles. To me, he used to go down by arm tackles a lot early in his career. Not always trying to get around the edge You know, he's really had a good year. They really got to make a decision on if they want to bring him back.
I told you, decision made. You got to bring him back. He's a home run hitter. You got to bring him back.
All right. So everybody had that turn. My turn.
I just finished. Relax. Skip.
Go
ahead.
It's my turn.
Put your glasses on. Put your glasses on.
Put your glasses back on.
All right. I'll be before I forget. As far as game balls go, I'm giving my game ball to Jalen Hurts because the boy Jalen Hurts came in and he calmed everybody down. He set the tone for the whole game. When he's here, everything runs smooth. So a lot of times we forget to get a game ball at the end of the podcast. So I'm letting y'all know right now, my game ball goes to Jalen Hurts. Now,
don't bring Sanders back.
Now, as far as the game goes, it's a lot of people that did really well. I got to give a shout out to Lane Johnson, man. Just the way he gutted that out. I mean, his gut hurting and everything, all messed up. And he still didn't give up no sacks. With Jalen, he still allowed Jalen to beat Jalen. I know y'all mentioned the bull, Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders was perfect. I think he had finished with 17 carries. I was saying he was going to have 25, but 17 is excellent. Jalen threw for only 24 passes, and we rushed for 44 yards for 44 times. So we actually ran the ball more tonight than we did passing, which was good.
So why does he get the game ball?
28 points. You got to run the ball, and he couldn't stop it.
Well, he had non-rushing. So he still was pretty much the offense. Stop, Wayne. Stop the hate.
9 rushes for 3.8 yards a carry. I'm not hating on Jalen. Jalen was a warrior today, but you coming and saying you giving him the game ball.
So
it wasn't like he dominated. I give it to the offensive line.
Hold on. I'm about to say that.
I give it to the offensive line.
I'm gonna tell you who gonna get my game ball. You know who gonna get my game ball?
Or defensive line. Whichever line you want, I give it to both the lines.
The whole defense balled out. Y'all say the whole defense, I can give you that, but
I'm gonna tell you who get the game ball.
Dude,
I gotta get it. We gave this man a lot of flack throughout the years. I gotta give Howie the game ball, bro. I gotta give Howie the game. Everybody who he brought in this year represented this game. Them big time signings: Bradbury, Hassan Reddick, AJ Brown. All them dudes showed up. It was the bet. Even a draft pick drafting Devontae Smith. All them dudes showed up. This is why you go top tier dudes. And I took him forever to get it right. So I'm not saying he's the greatest GM of all time. I'm saying I'm giving him the game ball for this year because that was huge.
That's a nice point that I made a few weeks ago, but it's a nice point.
No, you did.
When we go to the Super Bowl, I give him the game ball.
But all right, so game ball does it? But I hear what you're saying. So this game ball, would you give it to the coach then? Nick Sirianni.
I could buy.
He got the squad in here. He got him in here. Got him
coordinator. I'm giving it to the D coordinator.
And listen, I'm gonna also give somebody else a game ball. I'm gonna give Michael Strahan
a game ball.
You know why I'm giving Michael Strahan a game ball? I don't believe it. He jinxed the Giants. Y'all hear what he did pregame?
He picked them to win.
No, forget picking them to win. He actually called the Giants Rocky. And Howie Long looked at him and said, "That's sacrilegious. You don't do that. Nobody gets the Rocky claim except Philly." And he said, "I don't care." He said, "Well, they Apollo Creed beat Rocky." That's what he said. But he already jinxed him. He already opened his mouth. And as soon as he said that, it's like, remember when the Vikings came in here and they put the statue, they jersey on Rocky, and they came in here thinking that they jinxed themselves. That's what you do. You're doing the dumb stuff. You don't claim what's ours. So now you played yourself. So
you know the Eagles did? The Eagles closed the doors to the stadium that the Giants came in and they said, "Now you can't leave."
Exactly. Dog, that joke was so beautiful. It was, and Ethan said, I don't like to always say somebody had a masterful game plan because when the plays work, you always get it's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? Like you could call anything if it works, it's like, hey, the masterful game plan. But I did like how I think the Giants thought Eagles were gonna be run heavy early because of Jalen's shoulder. And they kind of went a little different direction and said, nah, Jalen cool. He's been doing it all year. Let him air it out. He aired it out a couple times. That one-hand pass by Goddard for the touchdown, our first score, was incredible. That joint was big time.
Yeah.
But I think they kind of play it. Football is about a chess match. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to try to outthink. It's so much going on. You got to try to outthink your opponent. And I think their chess move was to say, you know what? We ain't going to run it the first drive. We're going to pass it and get you on your heels. We're going to go down and score. And then after we score 2 touchdowns, then we're going to really implement the run and run it down your throat. And that's what happened to me. I think it was a great game. I think Shane came in, offense coordinator, with a great game plan. Nick Sirianni obviously oversees it all, and even the defensive coordinator. We've been giving Gann a lot of flack this year. Defense came in, balled out.
What about the fake quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1, which was a nice play? That's what I'm saying. The play calling was really, really exceptional tonight, man.
It was.
Usually when I'm watching the game, I can kind of tell what's coming, run past, but the play calling was real good tonight, man. Jalen made some good decisions.
The first half
I still want him to hand off more than he run, but I guess you got to keep the defense looking for that. You got to make sure the defense is expecting you to run.
And that's what happened today.
So remember, just get down. Don't take no unnecessary hits. Protect yourself. But yeah, I can't say enough about this game.
And this is what I kind of it might have been the other night when me and Tim was on. Matter of fact, it might have been the last night that this is what I'm saying. Like let's look at it for what it is. We're the best team. Not like there's no doubt about. Like sometimes I was sitting here saying how as Philly fans sometimes we so used to being like the disappointments and everything else. I mean, listen, last few years we don't won a couple titles. I mean, it's been a few years since the Phillies won, but Phillies went to the Super Bowl again. Eagles done been there, then won it. Like sometimes you got to accept that you're the team, you're the alpha. We the alpha. That's why the Rocky thing irks me sometimes. Like you can have Rocky. I don't care. You go ahead and try to be the underdog. You know what I'm saying? Rocky got his behind whooped the first movie too. Anyway, but all I'm saying is we have the best. Our record with our starting quarterback was 13-1. And that one was a questionable one because it was a lot of that one was questionable.
It definitely was.
Sometimes they listen. Sometimes we are the better team. I'm not afraid of San Fran. Can San Fran come in and win? Yeah, it's football, but I'm not afraid of San Fran. I ain't afraid of Dallas. Bring any of them.
See, but you gotta remember, Tim Wayne, Rocky. I agree with Master Crab. Rocky's a staple. Rocky is just. I know you say a lot of times it's like the underdog mentality, but it's the mentality that you keep fighting no matter what, despite all the drama, all the problems life throw at you. It's a hyperbole, if I'm using that word correctly, of life and how you keep fighting regardless of the odds, regardless of what's stacked against you, regardless of what happens, you keep fighting. Now, in Giants defense, I tip my hat to the Giants. They played a great year in a great division. This was the best divisional play I've seen in a long time from any.
They lost to us 3 times.
I'm just talking about in general. You legitimately had
That's true.
All 4 teams was close to making it to the playoffs. That's the crazy part. So this was a great division. They ended up with 9-10 wins this year. They played solid. They went in there, handled business against Minnesota, even though everybody knows Minnesota and Kirk Cousins, they are what they say they are. They good regular season team. When the playoffs come, they fold. But they still handled their business. They just ran into, like Wayne said, they ran into a buzzsaw. Eagles is a very talented team. That's why I talk about giving a game ball to Howie. This team is talented, and we were still missing some of our talent. Maddox didn't even play. Lane was gimpy, but we still are a so much more vastly talented team than most of these dudes come in here, and that's what's going to separate us when we get to the next round, the next game.
Jimmy J, the Super Bowl is going to be with the NFC. Eagles, baby. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, that's just like I had an argument with a homie of ours was first of all he a Bengals fan, but he wanted an argument and say, well, Jalen Hurts don't deserve to be MVP. Look at y'all record against winning team. Y'all ain't played nobody. This, that, and other. Our division is the best division in football this year. So how you want to try to rip and say? Meanwhile, he hyping Holmes and listen, Holmes is home. Patrick Mahomes is Mahomes. What he was doing on that bad leg was outstanding. But that being said, their division was trash. What the Chargers do, what the Raiders do, what Denver do. Don't dare come to me and start talking those stuff. The Eagles had the best division in football. They was the best team in that division. And they whooped everybody. The better. Minnesota had only lost to the Eagles at one point. Every time somebody was coming in here and they was talking about, oh, this is going to be the team that's going to get the Eagle a hard way to go. And Eagles handle business. So yeah, miss me with that. The Eagles is the top dog right now.
Hey, Jimmy J, make sure you back about
AJ Brown. AJ Brown had a little look like he was dinged up a little bit during the game.
Yeah, he did.
I mean,
just hold on.
It's playoff football. Everybody get dinged up.
Catch the football, hold on to the football, and don't fumble.
Yeah,
listen. Go ahead, Tim.
It's something to address. I mean, he still got dinged up. He kept saying he was good. He's like, I'm good, because everybody kept coming over asking him, are you okay? He was like, I'm good.
He kept acting like his hammy was hurt or something.
Hurts his focus. I mean, if he say he's good, he good. You know your body. If he wasn't that good, he might have said, you know, we'll see what the trainers say, and we'll see. I need to be evaluated. You know, your body. Good. You got little nicks and stuff throughout the season, but if he good, he good. I'm not overly concerned about that. But I will say this, and I was saying this the last couple of weeks, and nobody disagreed with me here, so I'm not. This is not no controversial statement. Hassan Reddick should be defensive MVP player of the year, defensive player of the year. He is a machine. Michael Parsons is a beast. Joey Bosa, all them, they problems. The way Hassan Reddick has played this year, he's outplayed them all, in my opinion. He is non-stop motor everywhere in the field you see him. You see a pass 10 yards downfield, guess you're going to see somewhere in the screen. Hassan Reddick, he's going to be around the play. He a monster, bro. He chasing quarterbacks all over the place, creating all kind of havoc. In my opinion, I'm not saying who's going to win. I'm saying he should win. It irritates me that he actually don't get talked about enough. He don't. They mention everybody, Michael Parsons. He don't get talked about enough. Who that? Uh-oh.
You mad or no?
What my son say? Stay mad.
Just one New York Giants. You might want to change that name at least for the day.
Yeah. You gotta change that. Just lost.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I agree. He not going to win it. They don't
You
talk
know,
about Hassan Reddick.
It was taking too long to go down. It was like a delay.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Giants, man. Listen, y'all had a nice run. It was cute. It was a cute run, but now it's over.
Listen, y'all got your upset. That was your Super Bowl. Minnesota was your Super Bowl.
Yes.
Be happy with it. Y'all went further than anybody thought y'all would. You try to come back next year better. That's all.
Y'all know what's
a good game, fellas. Appreciate it. We know
this our year right here.
Y'all know what's Bulls out there saying that the Bulls
just won.
Daniel Jones was just as good
game.
as Jalen because he beat Minnesota last week. They was comparing. They were saying Daniel Jones was just as good as Jalen Hurts last week. They were trying to compare him, saying he would be doing the same thing.
I mean, I won't say that he's good, but only thing I will don't act like Jalen is better than him. But let's not act like the Eagles team is not better than the Giants team.
The team is better, but Jalen is also a lot
better.
You see that blitz?
I mean, if you switch the quarterbacks on the different teams, I don't think the outcome would be this bad. But I mean, come on now. It wasn't like Jalen threw for 154 yards. I mean, he is kind of injured or whatever, but
he's responsible for 3 touchdowns on the board, and then it should have been 4. He overthrew the boy AJ Brown. That was a nice pass. That would have been.
But to your point, he's not as good as Jalen Hurts is. No, especially not this year.
He's not on the same planet. AJ.
Thank you. These two.
Jalen Hurts.
They paused about it.
No, I did. I said he's not on the same.
It was a little too much pause in your voice. It was a little too much.
No, all I'm saying is don't. But I'm just saying, don't base it on just this game. We got a way better team. Our team is great.
See, that's the problem. Everybody started basing him being so great on the Vikings game. He had an all right season. He's all right. That's at best. He was fighting for his career this year. Y'all understand that?
He was. He absolutely was.
Jalen, bro. No, Jalen has turned.
He still is.
Jalen has.
He had a terrible game today.
He is. Jalen has turned his career to the numbers he put up level. He on Mahomes and them type level. Like
I agree.
He going on that. He up there with Mahomes is here. You got Burrow. You got the other boy from Buffalo. And then you got Jalen on that level, and Mahomes is slightly ahead of them.
I wonder what they're going to say about Jalen now after this. What they're going to say about Jalen on the Eagles. The Eagles going to have the greatest defense since gangrene now. They should, if the way these pundits do.
You know the Giants having a bad game when that bull dropped that wide open touchdown. They just
at that point it was over. That was over.
It was a wrap. It was a wrap.
They would have got to 14, and now we.
No, it was still over. I mean, they could have scored, but it was still over.
We'd have been sitting up a little bit. We'd have been sitting up at the TV like, okay.
I just said MOTC. Mahomes is here, and you got the rest of the quarterbacks with Jalen Hurts right underneath that level. He's coming for that. He's coming for that top spot. The way he threw he threw 2 bad passes. I think all game.
Let me ask you. So
he didn't have to throw much.
Where you put the Bills quarterback?
I mean, that's what
on that level
with
Jalen and Pat Burrow.
What'd you say, Ethan?
Go ahead.
That's why I said Hurts or Josh Allen.
Yeah, they're on the same. To me, they're on the same level. Josh Allen, Burrow, What I say? I mean,
Josh
Joe
Allen
Burrow.
just got a rocket.
He do.
Oh,
That
yeah,
dude got a cannon.
But even though he's mobile, he's not as mobile as Jalen though. Jalen
turns the ball over.
Jalen is special. He's not as mobile
mobile
as Jalen though. I don't think so.
He is.
Who?
You ain't watching Josh Allen. He's mobile as Jalen.
I'm not seeing Josh Allen carry the ball 17 times a game. And
yeah. The first game of the season, he carried like 15.
I don't know if he's Jalen Hurts type mobile. Because Jalen Hurts, you gotta remember, Jalen Hurts not only has mobility, he got power in his legs. I just told you he's squatting 2 wings. So he could come in there and hit that hole. He running through linebackers and he definitely running through safeties and corners.
This way, that quarterback sneak was undefeated till Jalen got hurt. And we saw when Minshew was in there, that thing was not.
And this is the only problem sometimes with quarterbacks with that strong of an arm. They think they could throw any pass.
Yeah.
That sometimes that hurt Wentz a lot sometimes too. You try to fit the ball in anywhere you can because you got that rock.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's a gift and a curse.
It is. I think Jalen's accuracy gets underrated. I honestly do. I think his accuracy this year has been, in my opinion, it's been incredible. It's been top with everybody I've seen throw the ball outside of Patrick Mahomes. His accuracy has been that on point with me.
But Herb, you could say that about any quarterback. He says Josh Allen wasn't that dude until he got Diggs. I mean, Jalen wasn't this dude he was until AJ got here. We had that same receiving core. He wasn't balling on no MVP level. So you do need that stud receiver. Let's not get it twisted.
No, I think it's a compliment. I mean, because even with AJ, this is the best season he's ever had because he had whack quarterbacks in Cleveland. You know what I mean? So, in Tennessee, rather. So, this is what you got to, to me, this is why it's so important to build a fundamentally solid team. This is why we're talking about, I got to give a whole bunch of props to the boy, Howie Long. The boy, what's his name? Roseman. You got to give props to him because he went and did what he was supposed to do. Like, you put a very good team together. This is the most talented team, probably top to bottom, probably in the league.
Eagles might have the best O-line in football.
We might have the best all-around roster in football.
Mr. Wayne, Eagles might have the best O-line in football. I know you said about Kansas City got the best O-line. Eagles might have the best O-line in football.
I mean, even if you say that, listen, don't slander Mahomes. Mahomes made a pass today where they was tackling, had his legs wrapped up, and he just rocketed the ball and still. That's what I'm saying. When it be a quarterbacks with that kind of accuracy and that kind of arm, that's special. You know what I'm saying? So, he has it, and he has the mobility, and he has the IQ. Mahomes is, like Ephraim said, he is the cream of the crop at that quarterback position.
He's creme de la creme. He's a Steph Curry of football. I mean,
and I don't fear the 49ers. I don't fear the 49ers, and I don't fear Dallas. They both got to come here. But I want to play Dallas just because of that last game we played. They thought they did something on beating that backup quarterback. But I don't care who come here. I don't care who come here next week.
Dallas NFC Championship game versus the Eagles will be insane.
The
ratings will be through the roof.
And
the NFL might try to set that up.
I agree.
That's why I want Dallas. I want Dallas in here.
Listen, sometimes that Pro Bowler stuff, Mr. Wing, you talking about the Pro Bowlers. That's like Ephraim always says about these accolades and stuff. It's a lot of times, especially in football, dudes get pro just because that's the name everybody know. Like that's just who everybody see, they know, and so they put them down there.
What about Mahomes?
You can't tell me Mailata wasn't like balling out this year. You know what I'm saying? The big Hawaiian bull that we got. You know what I'm saying? So him, Lane, then you go to the old head in the middle, the center. Like, come on, Kelsey. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's some beast on that Eagles offensive line for real.
No, just one. I'm cool with the top. Listen, whoever we got to see, we got to see. I mean, listen, first of all, shout out to y'all Giants fans for even coming in the chat. That's big time. Y'all want to come in and get some content. You know what I mean, even though your team lost, that's what's up. And that's why I do got to give. Listen, it's a lot of players on the Giants I like. A couple I like.
I like Love. I like their safety.
I like him too. And Saquon is I love Saquon since Penn State. I think most Philly people in the Philly area would have loved to see the Eagles get the boy Saquon. But and like I said, shout out to y'all. But Giants is a team. I actually, you know what I was thinking the other day? I wonder what would have happened if they would have still kept the boy, whatchamacallit, the wide receiver boy. If he would have ended up staying with the Giants, if they could have
Odell.
Yeah, they could have kept Odell and kind of righted the ship. I think there was a little, in my opinion, and I talked to a couple of Giants fans, I think they was too hasty in moving Odell. I think they still should have held on to him and tried to make something happen, especially to help out the young quarterback when Danny, because that's kind of when Danny first kind of took over. But
is his head? Does he have enough mental stability to help out a young quarterback? Mentally,
yeah, because he got them to a Super Bowl last year. He helped them win a Super Bowl, so don't act like he didn't sit
I'm
there.
talking about the Rams. Ho. But that's different. Once you get moved around,
he wasn't the lead dog though. He wasn't.
Yeah, once you get Tim, but once you get moved around different teams, then your mentality changes. If you on that same team,
that's true.
Would he ever get it? You know what I mean? Your mentality. He got a chance to grow now. He's seen, dog. You ain't that unmovable. And you got
right.
That's
that
true.
might just another thing.
I mean, some boys get it, but then some boys is AJ Burn as what's the name? Anthony what's AB. Sometimes you get Antonio Browns. They don't get that point.
I mean, that's a good poll question, Tim.
He got ECT. Or what is it? CCT? What is it?
PST.
No, Antonio Brown. He got what is it?
CTE.
Oh, CTE.
He got CTE. AB got CTE. Can't nobody tell me he don't.
AB is it's so sad because talent wise,
AB is AB.
AB was.
Hey, y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. If y'all out here, hit that like button.
Definitely hit that like button. You know the crazy part about AB? AB was probably the only receiver we may see in our lifetime who actually could have took down some of Jerry Rice stats. Maybe Jamar Chase might be able to do it. But AB was actually in position to do it if he had played a couple more years. And he probably
I think T.O. could if he didn't get blacklisted. T.O. probably would have still been playing now.
That's why they let him come back.
That's true.
Rip him on down.
That's true. Oh yeah, AB was better on Odell. At one point, AB was the best receiver in the league for like 3 years. At least about a 3-year run, he was the best.
Yeah, nobody's voting so far for Josh Allen or the.
Because it ain't about them. It's about either Jalen or Mahomes. And I said this to I think I might have said this on the podcast. When Tom Brady lost, when Tampa Bay lost, I think you saw the last of a dying breed of quarterback. I don't think you will ever again see a successful pocket passer, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Tom Brady. Any quarterbacks that you see will from here on out have to be a mobile quarterback. Even if you look at Josh Allen and Pat Burrow, they all can move. I mean,
if the refs have anything to say about it, it may.
I think the game is too fast.
It's too athletic.
It's almost like the NBA nowadays where you gotta have to be on the floor and be really productive. You gotta have some type of shooting ability. You got to be able to shoot the three. And if you can't, you very expendable and you might not be on the floor no more.
Gobert might be out the league soon. Wayne Bull, he might be out the league soon.
You know, that's my boy now.
That's Wayne homie now?
That's my boy because he was the second best player on the team and you ain't want to go up to him.
He might be out the league. He might be out the league soon.
That was a waste of money. They gave him like $200 million. They gave him a lot of money.
Hey, you right. Justin Jefferson and Chase probably the two up that may have a chance if they play long enough and if they don't, barring any injury. That's another thing about Rice. Rice had a long career and only got hurt really significantly, I think like one time throughout his career.
And they got to make sure they don't get canceled at no point in time because, nowadays you put the wrong tweet out and you end up missing half a season.
Yeah, it's facts. No, that's facts. Hey, get off of social media.
Wait, why you say
or don't get no massages either? You mess around and get it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all,
you get massages and end up missing the season and a half because somebody said, "Did you?"
Hit the like button, y'all. Hit that like button. We get them likes up.
I just don't see.
But that's what it's honestly. That's the wave. Honestly, I feel that's the wave of the future. And because if you watch this game, even with the Eagles' offense, right? If you saw, it was one run. I think
who echoed?
That probably Tim thing acted up.
I don't hear an echo.
I heard a slight echo. You're only small to me. They'll probably go away in a second. You know how this streaming thing do. I honestly think it's the streaming thing that keep doing this. But if you watch one play when Jalen went to he acted like he was running, but he handed off to Sanders. You had 2 or 3 Giants defenders go with Jalen. Like that. That's the impact. And it left a huge hole for Miles to run through. That's the impact of having a mobile quarterback. You didn't see that when Minshew was in the game. Nobody following Minshew out there. They ain't looking for him to run. But so you could be the greatest passer, but it takes so much of your offensive capabilities away by not having a mobile quarterback. With Jalen, with Mahomes, Burrow, and Allen, and Lamar Jackson, and all them quarterbacks, man, look, you got so many options. Look at whatchamacallit. Look at the Rams this year. I'm not saying that was the only reason because their quarterback wasn't mobile, but it takes a whole wrinkle out of your offense that you can't have no more. That's hard to win games consistently when you got defenses flying around. You got linebackers, you got defensive tackles running 4.7s, 4.8, 4.9s.
Crazy thing is, Daniel Jones is a mobile quarterback. He just
He kept beating my young boy Graham around the end too. Graham couldn't catch him.
Young boy, don't you mean OG?
He was cooking Brandon Graham around the end.
I can't even be mad at that. Brett, that ain't Graham thing no more. Like he ain't that speed. He just that steady vet that he stalk you down like Jason. He just consistent. And as soon as somebody else flush you out, he like, I got you. He like, got you.
Yo,
he always make the key play. He got a sack today. So he's
gonna make a play in the Super Bowl this year again.
Yeah, he always make a key play.
He did.
And shout out to Josh Sweat. The boy Josh Sweat came back after that neck injury, and he had I think he had a strip sack.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, they got the ball back, but yeah, he was in there.
Yeah, so
he blindsided the mess out. Dan Jones took a beating tonight too, man.
He did. That's all I'm saying when we talk about making a comparison. The Eagles' defense was swamped, and they wasn't even throwing no blitzes. It was the defensive line was eating.
That's talent.
They should have left that field. The defenders just told Daniel, son, ice up, son, ice up.
Yeah. He definitely gonna need that cold tub when he get in that locker room. And tomorrow he really gonna feel it. Tomorrow he probably ain't gonna be able to sleep tonight without some painkillers.
Yeah, man. Sheesh.
I almost felt sorry for him for a minute.
Yeah,
did y'all see them hits at the end of the game when Eagles were still hitting their wide receivers?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Eagles was sending I meant to say something about that too. They sent a message. Whoever next, we coming.
Yes, they did.
They did. We bringing it. We bringing it.
Yeah,
we laying it.
The game was over. It was like 2 minutes left, and people were still getting cracked.
Hold on, let me ask y'all though. Do San Fran D intimidate y'all a little bit?
No.
No concern about San Fran's defense?
I'm not saying I'm not concerned. I'm not intimidated though. I really do feel like we are the alpha team. I feel like we have the better. You would expect, no matter what, you should expect that if you get to the NFL, the conference finals, that whoever you're facing is going to be top talent team. You shouldn't expect that you're going to go in there and just mop whoever there. You shouldn't, but you know what I'm saying? I respect their defense and everything else, but hey, they're going to have to respect our offense too.
Wait a minute, is that a Cowboy fan in the chat? Is that a Cowboys fan?
Hater?
No, they said Cowboys hater. Don't Cowboys hater.
Does that mean DC for life, Dallas Cowboy for life? What does that mean?
Oh, maybe. I guess so. Yep. Cowboy hater herder.
Hunter. No, herder. I don't understand. Yeah. Explain your name.
So I guess he hurts Cowboy haters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, Cowboy hater herder. Okay.
Well, you worry about tomorrow. How about that? You worry about yourself.
I honestly think the Cowgirls are going. I think the Cowgirls are going to win tomorrow. I don't. I cannot.
I think so too.
I cannot see. I don't see that. The rookie quarterback. He would have to generate. A defense is great, but you still got to generate at least 17 to 20 points, unless your defense scores. You got to generate.
Because let's not forget, Dak leads the league in interceptions, and he ain't even played like 5 of them games. Look at Tim Phillips hurt. Dak led the league in interceptions, and he ain't even played the whole season.
My goal is for Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers to beat each other up. So when they come in next week, we just go there for the taking. Because they
who beat who up.
I like
they
that.
put a stat out there last week that said every team that plays the 49ers the following week they lose. They 0-15. So
with these ESPN miracles.
What was that stat? What was that ESPN stat you dropped?
Well, actually, it was on Fox, but what they said was every team that played the 49ers the following week they was 0-15 for the year. Any team that played them. So I'm hoping Dallas.
They're saying the 49ers smack them around so bad.
They beat them so bad, yeah.
Okay. I mean, listen, they defense is built.
So wait, you said any team. Let me get that right real quick. You said any team that plays the 49ers, what?
The following week they lose.
So you mean the 49ers play them tough but get beat?
No. He's just saying that.
No, I mean, if you're saying that the team that the 49ers beat up on the following week, that team loses or the Niners lose?
That team loses.
Right. So that means the Niners beat up on them, but the Niners lost.
No, it didn't say whether. It don't matter whether the Niners won or lost or not.
You're not talking about playoffs. You just talking about in regular season.
Yes, he's just talking about.
Okay.
The physicality of that game, the following week they lose regardless. Even if they won the game against the 49ers, they're gonna lose next week.
Yeah,
and there's an echo going on. I don't know which one of y'all got an echo, but it's
just streaming service that you pay for. You got to talk to them about this. This echo comes and goes like every 10 minutes, and then it's back to normal again. It's nobody's
so clearly Ephraim's computer is Ephraim.
It's not me. No, I have my issues have been resolved. This is Tim's problem now.
I I honestly don't hear it. I honestly don't hear echo. I don't know if it's mine. Let me mute myself. Maybe it's me. I don't hear that.
It ain't. Listen, come and go. It ain't here.
Probably your old ears.
And man, MOTC, stop that. It's not me. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. That's not me.
All right.
But either way, I mean, whoever it is, whoever the
hold up, the Sixers came back and started winning. What?
Yeah.
They was down like a dub.
They were.
Yeah. Whoever the victim is, they will be just that.
Maxie got 26 in the third.
You a victim.
26 of the game.
Victim. The max what Maxie have?
Yeah, he was struggling early on, but Ethan just said he had 26 now.
Who's the second best player on the team, dude? 26? Okay. All right.
The second best, I think the first and second best both sitting out tonight.
It's like, no, they are. Hartman do this thing. I can't hate on Hartman. Y'all see them clips I said you about Vintage Hartman? Vintage Hartman was a monster, though. And everybody trying to say Luka was better. Nah, Luka ain't earned that type of respect yet to be on Hartman level. But he is a baller. I can't hate on Luka. He a baller, but he get a lot of calls, too.
I about to say Vintage Hartman is the Harden you used to hate on all the time. That's the Harden you used to hate on all the time.
No, I did. But Harden was a baller. I still said my main problem with Harden, he just tried to draw the foul too much. I hated that. I hated the swipe through, the rip through. I hated that he tried to draw contact every time he went to the line. That irritated me.
Before we jump off, before we start talking about the Sixers, I do want to give a shout out to the Giants though. This is their first year of this regime, and they actually got to the playoffs after winning 4 games last year.
Wasn't that the Brian who got the job over the other Brian? Should got the job when the bull texted? Ain't that when Belichick texted the coach and said Brian thinks the job?
Yeah, he played it.
Was that the Brian that got the job and he texted Brian?
Oh yeah, that was.
But that's either here nor there. That's either.
He's like, congratulations. Like, oh no, oh my bad.
He's like, is this white Brian or black Brian? He should have had white Brian and black Brian in his phone.
That's what he should have had. That's how he was doing.
Nobody talked about that story at all in this script.
That's white Brian, black Brian in his phone.
That's the real story.
Can we briefly speak about Shannon Sharp and his incident that happened?
Wait, put it up.
Nah, I want to speak about something other than that. I want to speak about what they was with Michael Vick and RG3 was talking about with the boy Jamar. With Jamal,
we can do
Lamar.
So y'all know that Lamar Jackson is in a contract year, and so they was trying to get him to play football this year instead of healing and making sure he get a max contract. So Mike Vick, that's my man, that's one of my top 5 all-time entertainers. I'm not gonna say quarterbacks, but it's one of my favorite players, NFL players. Anyway, he said he should just put on a knee brace and suit up because not too many opportunities you get to a chance to win in a Super Bowl. That was ill advice, especially RG3 did the same thing. He put on a knee brace when he wanted to win for his team, and he's never played another successful season in the NFL. It cost him hundreds of millions of dollars. So I guess what's your point? What are you trying to say? Was it bad advice by Vic, or was he cooning? Or was he just bad advice?
I mean, well, honestly, in my opinion, I'm not going to say it's bad advice if the situation don't go well. It's been a lot of players throughout the NFL, NBA who have played hurt. And they played hurt and they won. Think about how much we talk about Willis Reed coming out and he hurt, he limped, he come back in the game and he helped him win a share. It's been a lot of players who do that. Brett Favre said his claim to fame was that he was hurt. He took his prescription meds, ended up getting hooked to him and all that, but he took his shots, he took his meds, and he played. He said, I did not want to risk the opportunity of somebody taking my job. That has happened so many times. Look what happened with the boy that Mike Vick took his job. Was Hoying. When he got concussed in that Green Bay game and Mike Vick took his job, next thing you know, the rest is history. Mike Vick gets paid another $100 million contract. So in certain cases, the player has to protect himself, yes. I do understand Mike Vick's thinking. I'm not always mad. Everybody took the jump down. So, that he dumb, he cooning, he's saying this, he's giving bad advice. It's like, yo, sometimes, guess what? Sometimes the advices actually work. Sometimes players got in there, they play, they've been successful. This dog kill him. They bet on themselves, they won, and everything worked out. And sometimes the players bet on themselves, played, and it ended in catastrophe. Now, honestly,
no, it's no excuse for that advice.
No, the reason why it was bad
because you know why? Because we talk about we talk because what if he gets damaged that damages him for the rest of his life? You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about, and they don't pay him his money. Suppose he go out there and get hurt again. I don't care about going out there and trying to win no championship.
How many times has that happened?
What? Oh, it's a lot of times. What you mean, like Ronnie Lott cutting his finger off because it was broken to keep on playing, and he regrets it now, don't he?
I'm talking. Did he miss out? He might miss his finger, but did he miss out on the bag?
But he only can wear mittens.
Did he?
He wasn't getting the bag like that.
Everybody's mad because more of he missed out on the bag. And yes, RG3, his situation, he missed out on the bag. Does that happen every time a player decides to play through an injury? I can't say that happened every time. Sometimes players, the dog in the background killing them.
I know. Here's why it's bad advice. Because Lamar Jackson already proved himself to the NFL. There's nothing he has to prove to say you gotta look at me to determine whether or not you're gonna pay me. He's going to get paid. So the risk reward is just inconsequential.
Now that I could drink that. I could drink that cup.
I'm waiting to talk about
I could. So you had no thoughts on whether he should have played or not, or the advice that that Mike Vick gave?
No, I agree with this. Why is it all about him? Why isn't it like, all right, well, pay the man. Pay the man now. For that, you want that man to play? Pay that man now. Give him secure that bag now for him, and then tell him put the brace on to go out there and play. But they don't want to do that, because then if you give him that money and he go out there and get hurt for his career, then you out of your money. So they're not putting their money on the line to risk it. So why should he put his knee on the line?
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson is a totally different situation. One, if he gets hurt, he's supposed to get paid this offseason. So if he plays one playoff game and gets hurt, then the whole bag's out the window.
See, so it's a difference between playing on the final year.
RG3 is different though, because RG3 was different though. Because
RG3 from the K1.
RG3 was in his rookie year. That was RG3's first year.
No, listen, I'm not saying the man should play. And Tim is right. I definitely buy what he's saying about him playing in the contract year. And I'm not even saying RG3 should have strapped up and played. And RG3 was different. I don't know. I couldn't really hear Ethan's point. He was injured, a bad injury already. That honestly, when KD played, when he had the partially torn hamstring or Achilles tendon, I wouldn't have played if I was KD. It was only a matter of time, they said, kind of before pop. They rested him. They thought it was going to be better. That joint ain't healed up. It wasn't ready yet. He was trying to play, trying to tough it out. His situation a little different though, but still, because he already pretty much secured the bag. He already was paid. He got paid again after that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a varying degree of situation. I can understand the mindset of a player wanting to play and saying, you know what, bro, I'm trying to win this championship. I want to play, because sometimes you play and you don't get hurt. You win and you successful and you secure the bag that way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's all the way around.
Should Hurts fight for a bag this offseason?
He'll not
show up. If he'll
not fight for a bag. The bag is already there. It's just a matter of signing. Because the longer you wait, the more he's going to make.
Thank you, A. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about the situation. And you can't just say it's bad advice across the board. It's worked in players' favor before, so you can't say it's bad advice.
It's bad advice.
Mike Vick probably has played hurt many a times throughout his career.
He said he paid with an AC joint, like some type of AC joint mess up.
And how did it work out for Vick? Vick got $200 million contracts.
And 2 years in jail. So what you say?
What the jail? Come on, what that got to do with the argument?
My bad.
That's what I'm saying. But sometimes it's work. So if it worked for him, then he might be saying, "Yo, strap up and play, bro. It work." But I understand what you're saying with Lamar. If I was Lamar, I wouldn't do it until I actually got the contract. I agree with that.
If Daniel Jones was on the Eagles, we'd be seeing who's the number one pick this year.
Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts he the MVP. Bro. In my mind, he's my MVP. I'm going. Yeah. So Ethan, this is once again, this segment is called Y'all Thoughts, and y'all definitely in the comment section jump it on, because I like to hear y'all thoughts on the matter to see if my thinking may need to be adjusted. Normally it don't, but y'all might be able to sway me. But Ethan, you want to talk about the Unk situation? Go ahead.
Oh, it's sharp. No, I think the Memphis Bulls just be running their mouth too much. For some reason,
in case they didn't see it, what happened? Give a summary of what went down in case they didn't see what happened.
He said, Tim?
No, Ethan, you would talk. Well, go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
They said the ball, LeBron made a move on Dylan Brooks and Unk started screaming, "You too small," or something like that. And Dylan Brooks said something to him. They went in a back and forth. Then Ja came over, his pop got involved or something like that. But if you remember, Memphis was talking a lot of junk, even to LeBron, and LeBron was getting tired of it. They talk more junk for a team that ain't win nothing.
Imagine when they win.
Relax.
Yeah, they won't win.
You gotta respect these players a little bit. They talk too much junk. What Wayne say?
I said they won't when they keep talking like that. Listen, Brian, no, he can't talk to that bull like that. He probably got the whole alphabet community after him after the bull came at the Dylan Brooks.
Maybe. But listen, my thing with that is, I mean,
AJ good. Go ahead.
Yeah, AJ, I think AJ is good.
We news too. We got news too. So
how much are you how much are you involved in a game where you? Because I've heard him say stuff about other people in the stands yelling stuff at fans and all this kind of stuff and getting to stuff with the fans and all that. Now he said, according to Unk's words, he said he's told Dylan he was too small. Then he said bleep you, and he said I said bleep you back. Okay, I mean I guess if you feel that somebody crossed that line, then you can cross that line back. But at the end of the day, ain't you a spectator still? Like, kind of my thing, like it. I don't know. I mean, I guess if a player interacts with you to that degree, I guess you could clap back. But it just seemed like to me he kind of inserted himself in like a little bit much into a situation. I don't know.
They were the aggressors. They were the aggressors.
All right,
that's just like if somebody out there talking in the fans, you don't go out there talking and engaging. First of all, if that's the case, they want to remove him. Then tell Ja Morant Pop stop coming to the games, because why he always involved in something?
He do too much. I agree with that.
He up there and he always up there and into something. And I'm not mad at I'm not mad at being there and being involved or whatever. But come on, you already know Shay done probably said something one time talking about Memphis or something on the show, and they was in their feelings and they remembered in the back of their mind. So it's like, all right, that boy ever say something, I see that boy in his face and he say something to me. They don't want none. Shannon Sharp would have broke them. I don't care. Even the people that tell me something, well, Adams was over there. Shannon ain't want to. Man, just because a boy tall and play basketball don't mean nothing. Shannon would have broke him.
Adam's the only one who looked like he held his own. Everybody who got folded like a piece of paper. Everybody else, from Ja to Dylan to Ja Pop, they all would have got folded. Even some of them security guards.
Adams would have got folded too. Adams is just big.
I didn't say he wouldn't have got folded. I say he probably did hold his own for a minute.
If Shannon Sharp would have lost, that he'd have been running around that stadium like a pit bull off a chain.
Yeah. I will say this to Ethan's point, but I've been told you this. Memphis been talking trash. Remember Clay can't remember Memphis was calling himself a dynasty.
Golden State hate Memphis.
They can't stand him. Clay, yes. Remember Clay hit that shot on him when they beat Memphis without Steph. I think it was the first game Steph missed from injury, and they played Memphis the day before, and he hit the big shot to win the game, and he ran past Taunton. They had like 8 technical foul calls that game. I think Draymond got ejected. He had the 2. Clay had 1. Jordan Poole, I think Kerr had 1. They can't stand Memphis because Memphis always talking big time. They like the young bulls on the corner who think they can play ball and always in there talking, and they trash. And they not trash, but they not as good as they talking like they are. They talking like they might call themselves a dynasty. What you say?
Getting under the goat skin. Once you start getting under the goat skin, you know they're doing too much.
And what Brian did, because then the other boy, I saw the other clip. I think I had sent it when the young boy said something to Brian. Brian was like, "Oh, okay, all right." And went down and dunked on him. And Brian went off on them boys after all that.
Yeah,
the young boys got to learn some respect. They got to learn some respect.
Oh yeah, Warriors Memphis playing the playoffs, and now it's gonna be a Lakers now. Now Shay he done made it a rivalry with the Lakers now too.
He did.
So that game's gonna be popping. That game's gonna be popping.
That's gonna be a next year Christmas game.
Yeah, and Shannon gonna be there too. Actually, like that sweater you had on. That was pretty nice. That sweater was actually I like the style he had.
It was.
But yeah, that was. I mean, listen, it made for some interesting some interesting conversation. I'm actually, I don't know if Shannon be doing us a little stuff for the publicity, because I'm gonna actually tune in Monday. I ain't been the only thing about they show, which I don't like either, is they talk about the same 3 topics every day. It's Tom Brady, Cowboys, and Lakers. That's all they really talk about. Then
but if they talked about Golden State,
but they don't. That's the thing. How you not going to talk about the best player, offensive player in the league, and Steph Curry? And that irritates me a little bit.
they don't
talk about the Sixers that much. They don't talk about Golden State pretty much at all, unless Steph Curry has a bad game. As soon as he has a bad game, then they come, oh, he not clubbed, blah blah blah, and all this. It's come on, man. But
yeah, Sixers don't get enough. Sixers don't get a lot of talk nationally.
They don't. Sixers
I like that.
Love. I kind of like it too a little bit, but it kind of irritates me sometimes a little bit at the same time.
Nah, not me. I like it. I like with the Sixers. I like the fact that you wasn't hearing Embiid naming the MVP talks and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Leave all that stuff out of here. Just focus on what we doing now and play. You know what I'm saying? Like they playing tonight. Hopefully Maxey can hold it down and get the team. Maxey and hopefully Toby chip in and they win. And we see what our 3rd and 4th best player could do without our stars. Man, listen, they ain't got to give us no respect. They ain't nobody got to give you respect. You take it.
That combination of Harden and Embiid, they looking better and better each day. They looking like really sharp the way they.
Wasn't you and MOTC hating and saying how they got Harden?
My point has always been, and I still remain that we could have got Harden. We could have got Harden without trading for him. And we could have. That was my main point. We could have got Hart without trading for him. Number one.
We probably could have got him in the offseason.
Yeah.
No, but
it's better we got last year. They had last year and this year to build chemistry.
We learned nothing from last year.
Real quick, I know Tim's about to cut the pod. We going long. Hakeem, sometimes these old heads.
We go over 50 minutes.
Sometimes these old heads are stuck in their generation. Basketball has changed. It's not the same game when Hakeem played. Not the same game when these dudes Shaq played. It's not a back to the basket game no more. It's not a get your butt in the post. That's not how ball played. It's not how it played. That type of basketball is over. Sometimes you gotta look at what the game is. These dudes get stuck in their generation, man. That's what I don't like sometimes about these older players.
The rest don't even call the game.
Old heads in general, even old heads when you talk ball. Like I'm telling you. Back in the day, they went into this, they went into that.
Old heads on a lot of stuff.
But you know what cracked me out too, because that's even like they're talking about, oh, that's a walk. Listen, if that's not the rules, if the rules have been changed, and this is what the rules are, a lot.
They do walk.
Listen, but
your basketball rules needs to come back.
No, it don't. Oh, so you want to go back to Bob Cousy dribbling like this? Yo, because that's pure basketball. We ain't talking about when Mike and them started doing this. We talking about this. You talking about doing this, right?
The carrying though is crazy though. It is.
The carrying and walking has gotten to an all-time ridiculous level.
Guess what? Everybody play under the same rules.
It's almost cartoonish.
It make for more exciting basketball, don't it?
It's almost okay. So when
is the game more exciting now?
When Giannis starting his 1-2 at the half court line, then that's when you have a problem.
No, it's not because players
when they start calling.
I sent y'all a clip, and I don't know. I hate sending clips on Instagram and TikTok for some reason because it never ends up being the clip that I sent. Like people didn't send me clips, and me either talked about this earlier, and I go to click on it, and it'd be a whole different video than what he sent, and so I never really know what he sent. But I sent y'all a clip of Kyrie, and he did a move against Steph, and he said this move, it was about a 8 dribble move. This move was incredible. He said he practiced this move all off season. I don't know if y'all watched it. He hit Steph with a nasty. The move ended where he actually turned his back to Steph. He bounced the ball and faked his body this way. So the ball was covered. Like Steph couldn't see what hand the ball was in. So he bounced the ball and went like this and then came back to the left with the ball and turned around with his fadeaway jump shot all net. The move was incredible. So I say that to say you don't need to carry and walk to create incredible shots.
But if that's what the league is calling, then that's what the rules are.
I'm just saying. You said it's going to take away from the game. It's not going to.
No, I think that the game it is now is exciting.
I know, but it doesn't. Walking don't make it exciting. Like if you take away the walking and the carrying, it's not going to be a boring game all of a sudden.
But it's not walking and carrying.
Huh?
If that's what the rules are, then it is not walking or carrying.
No, walking is good. They just don't call it, but the rules are that because they pick and choose when they want to call it. They still call it at times.
No, they switched up rules with stuff like the gather steps, the Euro steps, all this stuff. All that stuff was
no. We talking about legitimate. We talking about when a player walks with the ball, takes 2 steps, and then bounces. That's not a move. They're just not getting called. Stuff like that. The video Ethan sent with the boy saying I'm the ref police, and he's clicking and saying carry.
Yeah, little stuff like that.
Players are just turning the ball over like this, like when they just normally just coming down the court like.
Like when nobody putting pressure on them, just walking up.
Yeah, just walking up.
So is that affecting the game any though? You would rather them just call that and then stop the whole play, even though that don't really have nothing to do with the play?
It possibly could, because you know sometimes players like Marcus Smart, they sit on the ball when you dribble. That's when they attack the ball. He said that's part of his defensive move. As soon as you go to go like this, he said the ball coming down is the easiest spot to steal it at. And as soon as you go like this with your hand and bring the ball down, that's what he jumping and steal. He get a lot of steals like that. So it could affect the play. But you holding it up here.
Yeah, and if you hold it up there and somebody put the pressure on you, then it's going to make it obvious where they got to make that call.
Not all the time. They still don't make it.
I don't necessarily agree with that. But I mean, I get what y'all saying with it, but I don't think like somebody like when Brian get the ball and like take it off the rebound, then like walk like 3 steps and then start dribbling. I don't want him necessarily walk, travel, like that ain't even affecting the play. Now, if somebody runs up to play defense on him and he take off and run like that, then I agree. But I mean, I get what y'all saying, but I don't think
so if a random football play is happening and somebody just agrees to break the rules, regardless,
it's not the same.
Now you don't think it matters. So you think somebody could just step out of bounds with the basketball as long as nobody near him and come back in? They shouldn't be caught out of bounds. Like, at what point do we stop the madness?
That's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying is I don't think that's tearing the game up. Those type of plays, I don't think it's ruining the game.
I'm not saying it's ruining the game, but still, you got to call the game for what the game is. Call the rules. Don't pick and choose to call it, because then, like you said, now you're saying.
Well, guess what? If they pick and choose and call that, then all the times we complain about the foul calls, the refs doing stuff, they'll be calling fouls every single play. Nobody will be able to play no defense because it's a whole lot of all the little reaching and stuff like that. When they let them play through stuff, then call all of that.
They do. They call too many.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They call too many calls already. They did.
They
Those calls.
I
think you listen. Defense is one thing. Somebody egregiously just breaking the rules is something else. You talking about an incidental contact, which could be subjective to how much you interfere with the player scoring. If you hit the arm, was the hand part of the ball? All that's subjective to refereeing. That's fine. When you are just outright breaking the rules at a certain point, it's like, bro, come on.
But if that's a foul, though, you don't like when Jordan draw them fouls. You think it's cheesy basketball, but that's him drawing the charge. They foul calls that they call them, right? They catch somebody reaching in there and they go to shoot into it. That's a good call, right?
Yeah, they call it, and Harden go to the line 10, 11 times.
But you don't like it, and you don't like that, though.
I don't like how Harden tries to go out and draw the foul. That's my
okay.
Harden.
All right, y'all, we wrapping this thing up. This was a great win, first win. That Jalen Hurts got his first playoff victory of his career. So congratulations to the young Jalen.
Hey, Jamar, y'all say thank you, Tim. When Shannon talk about LeBron, your whole show, y'all talk about that then. Y'all, you cool with that? With LeBron, you watch Skip and Shannon talk about LeBron for an hour. You don't say nothing about that. But I've been 35 times. Right.
So before we got here, hit that like button.
I'm taking 25.
Hit that notification bell. We're going to catch you on the next podcast.
25
Take
times.
30 next time.